Hello, everyone. It's Warriors NRL fanatics. Hope you're all doing well. Unfortunately, tonight I am on my own. I usually do the tips with Nick from Australia, but unfortunately, Nick is busy, so he's unavailable. So that's why I'm doing the stream right now tonight instead of the afternoon. So, hello to everyone who's watching. If you are a new viewer to the channel, please, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It does help the channel a lot. It shows your support for the content. And we've got William Pearson in the chat. How's it going, William Pearson? Good to see you in the chat there. Melbourne Storm fan. So, yeah, congratulations to the Storm last week on the win. But, this stream is going to be the NRL tips for round 3. That's right, round 3 of the NRL season. We had a great round last week. Some very good games, quality games. Some very competitive matches. And, I'm looking forward to round 3 beginning this week. So we'll start off. We'll get underway with the tips. But, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you like the live stream. Click that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer and haven't done so already. It's much appreciated. So, Thursday, the 21st of March, sees the Penrith Panthers taking on the Brisbane Broncos. Down there in Penrith. It is the grand final rematch. This game sees the Panthers, who are coming off winners last week, as well as the Broncos as well. Now, just looking into the team list here, so any notable changes? James Fisher-Harris is actually out with a shoulder injury, and Lindsay Smith's named to partner Moses Leota in the second row. And Dane Laurie's been named at 14 with Sonny Luke listed as 18th man there. So as for the Broncos, no Adam Reynolds. He's out with a knee injury, and Jock Madden is into the side. So, this will be I think Penrith will be far too strong here. I know a lot of people are saying this will be a close game, but I don't expect Brisbane to be really – I don't expect this to be a competitive match, actually. So I'm actually going to go with the Panthers here. I'm hoping it's a close game, I really do, but I think Penrith will be too strong. I think the loss of Adam Reynolds, that's a big out for them. For the Broncos, obviously the key for them is the likes of Reece Walsh, Tony Staggs. Cobbo has been great to start the season, and Jock Madden's been named there. So I don't know if Jock Madden will actually be able to do a job against this Penrith side. So I'm going to go Panthers to win this one, and I'm going to go Panthers to be too strong here. I'll go Penrith 13 plus. But look, hopefully Brisbane can run a competitive match against Penrith down there in Penrith. I know they beat them there last year, and that was in the early rounds of the season as well. So they're definitely a chance, but I think Penrith will be too strong, and they'll be really confident after last week's win. I think they'll be too strong there. But Mel's saying Panthers, but it'll be close, I'm guessing. Yeah, fair enough. I think so. I'd hope it's close, but I think Penrith will be too strong, personally, in my opinion. Now to the next game now. So Friday night, got 2 games, and we've got my boys, the Wars, New Zealand Warriors, taking on the Canberra Raiders there at Apollo Project Stadium in Christchurch. Now, this game I'll definitely be doing a preview with a Canberra Raiders fan. That'll be tomorrow night. It's supposed to be tonight, but unfortunately had to reschedule because the guest has other plans. So that'll be tomorrow night instead. So I'll be doing a full preview with a Canberra Raiders fan tomorrow night. So look, in this game, obviously I'm tipping the Warriors here, tipping the Wires, backing the boys here, and Warriors 1-12 over the Raiders. We have to get this game. We have to win this game. Really, we have to for a confidence boost, for more of a morale confidence boost. I'm not saying if we lose this game, that the season's over. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if we win this game, I think it's just important for the confidence moving forward. So Warriors 1-12 for me. I think we'll win this one over the Raiders. Down there in Christchurch. Now the next game sees the bitter arch rivals, the Sydney Roosters taking on the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now this game is being played at Allianz Stadium in Sydney. Now, just looking to the teams and see if there's any notable changes. So the Roosters, no Luke Keary, he's out with concussion, and 21-year-old Sandon Smith is going to be partnering Sam Walker in the halves, with C.O. Wong dropping down to the reserves, and Nat Butcher joining the starting side. And Angus Crichton is going to be playing his first NRL game off the bench with Connor Watson lining up in the 14 jersey for the Roosters. Jared Waerea-Hargreaves is playing his 300th NRL match. So, massive milestone for Jared Waerea-Hargreaves, who's been in the game for quite some time, but finally gets to achieve that 300 mark. As we've got CJ in the chat. How's it going, CJ? Good to see you here. And Jason Reed as well. So, look, in this game, as the Rabbitohs looking at their changes, massive call here by Jason Demetrio. He has dropped Lachlan Ilias. That's right. Lachlan Ilias has been dropped to the reserves. And New South Wales Cup Player of the Year last year is Dean Hawkins. And he's in the half-back spot. And former Canberra Raider Jack Wyden returns from suspension to play his first game in the South Sydney Rabbitohs jersey. And he's partnering Isaiah Tuss in the centres, with Richie Kennar dropping out of the side. So, look, for this game, I'm actually going to tip an upset, believe it or not, and I know a lot of people will be tipping the Roosters here, but I'm going to go with an upset. I think the Rabbitohs can get the job done. They will be desperate. They have to win this game, really, as well. Just like the Warriors have to beat the Raiders this week, this is a must-win game for South Sydney. They need some confidence back on their side, and I think they'll get the job done against the arch rivals, the Roosters. I'm going to go Rabbitohs 1-12 down there at Allianz, and I think they can pull off the upset over the Roosters down there in Sydney. So now to the Saturday games now. So the first game on Saturday sees the Canterbury Bankstown and Bulldogs taking on the Gold Coast Titans. Gold Coast Titans obviously coming off that round one loss. Had a bye last week as the Bulldogs also coming off a loss to the Sharks down there in Cronulla. But look, I thought the Bulldogs showed a bit of heart. They definitely showed a bit of heart and effort in that game. They were a lot better than the round one clash against the Eels, that's for sure. But this game has been played at Belmore Sports Ground. It's the home of the Bulldogs, and I know that they'll get a very good crowd for this one. Look, the Titans don't obviously have the best of records when it comes to playing away from the Gold Coast, especially when they go up to Sydney. And the Bulldogs, generally do quite well at Belmore as well. So, regards to this game, look, it really is a flip of a coin, really, when you think about it. But I am going to tip the Dogs here. I'll go with the Bulldogs by 1-12 in this game. Bulldogs to win for me. Now to the second game of Super Saturday sees the St. George Illawarra Dragons taking on the North Queensland Cowboys. Cowboys coming off that great win last week at home against the Knights. 1 point victory. They definitely made it a lot tougher, really, than they probably should have. But they got there in the end. That was the main thing. And, the Dragons, obviously really disappointing against the Dolphins down there in Redcliffe. Was a real surprise, really. I thought the Dragons would be a lot closer than that against the Dolphins. I did tip the Dolphins in that game last week, but I did not expect the Dolphins to put on a massive score like they did. It was like the Dragons of old from, last year, the way they played. So, look, in this game, Dragons are back at home at the Australia Jubilee Stadium. I'm actually going to tip the Cowboys here to win. I'm going to go Cowboys 1-12. I know a lot of people would think this would be a 13-plus score, but I think the Cowboys will be winning this one 1-12. I think the Dragons will be a lot better than last week. And, they're at home as well, so I think the Cowboys will just win at 1-12 for me. So Cowboys win for me, and, they will get the win. Also, I've got to do my try scorers as well. Apologies, guys, I forgot to do my try scorers. So for the first try scorer for this game, I'm going to go with... I'll go with Cole Felt, first try scorer for the Cowboys. And anytime try score, we'll say Murray Talangi. And I'll go with... I'm going to go Ruben Cotter. And we'll go with Griffin Neem off the bench. So anytime try scorers there. And for the other game, first try scorer, we'll go for the Bulldogs. We'll go with Blake Wilson there as well. Anytime, we'll go with Carraz, Crichton, and we'll go with Brian Kelly for the Titans. So those are my first try scorers, anytime try scorers for that game. As for the Roosters Rabbitohs, I will say anytime try scorer, we'll go with Cody Walker. I think Cody Walker might have a big game here. And we'll say, we'll go with Jack Wyden. Why not? Jack Wyden for any time try scoring. First try scorer for the Bunnies, we'll say Alex Johnston on the wing there. So those are my anytime try scorers and first try scorers for that game. Now on to the next game now. So we've done the Cowboys. Cowboys win 1-12 from the Dragons. So the next game is the West Tigers taking on the Cronulla Sharks. Now this game has been played at Leichhardt Oval. Leichhardt Oval, the Tigers, tough first game for Benji Marshall going over to, take on the Raiders and in Canberra. It's not an easy feat to do. The Tigers, did pretty well to stay competitive for a bit, but then obviously the Raiders ran over them in the end and put on the scoreline. But as for the Tigers, they're back at Leichhardt Oval, the traditional ground of the West Tigers. I'm sure they'll get a pretty handy crowd there as well. The Sharks, good win last week. They're carrying on from their first two games of the season, showing that grit and determination. It's really their defence has been pretty solid in the first two games of the season where, a lot of people question their defence, and against a lot of teams last year. So, for me, the Sharks are definitely favourites in this one. I think the Tigers can run it real close. I think they can be competitive at the start, but I'm going to say the Sharks will be too good in the end. So, Sharks 13 plus in the end, and I think they will get the job. They'll get the job done. They'll get the win. First try scorers, we'll go Sione Katoa. First try scorer, anytime try scorer, we'll go Ronaldo Mulitalo. And I reckon, I'm going to pick Nico Hines for any time as well. I reckon he'll score a try. So Sharks to win for me, 13 plus. They'll be too strong. Now to the Sunday games now. So Sunday games, we got the Parramatta Eels actually are at home taking on the Manly Wing Seagulls. Now, I reckon this will be a very good game. Now, this game's been played at CommBank Stadium there. So home of the Parramatta Eels. Manly, obviously, coming off that great win over the Roosters last week. And the Parramatta Eels themselves coming off that tough game against Penrith, where, I thought they were very positive signs for the Eels after that game, despite the result. I thought they were very good, actually. They're real competitive, and, I mean, they could have won that game in the end, but, Penrith were just too good. So, there were some positives out of that for the Eels, even though they lost that game last week. Now, this game, very tough, actually. This is a difficult one to tip. Just looking at the team list here. So Parramatta, Morgan Harper moves to the wings to cover for Bailey Simpson head knock, and Blaze Talangi coming into the centres for his NRL debut as well. So a massive congratulations to Blaze Talangi's playing his first NRL game there. And Klima Talangi has been named on the bench. And Regan Campbell-Gillard will make his 200th NRL appearance. As for the Seagulls, doesn't look like too many changes to that lineup from last week. Now, for me, in this game, this is difficult. This is a tough game to tip, guys. This is a real tough game to tip. I'm going to go with Parramatta at home. Just Parramatta Eels at home by 1-12 points. I feel like this game will probably go down to the wire. I really do. I feel like this one maybe be decided by 4 to 6 to 8 points, I think, in the end. And I think Parramatta will edge it at home. And in first try scorers, I'm going to back a Manly player to score first here. And I'm going to go with Telltale Kohler. I reckon he'll get a try. Anytime, we'll go with a Dylan Brown try. Blaze Talangi, I reckon, on debut will score. And Parramatta, one more try scorer. I will say Will Palestini for me. So those are my try scorers. Eels 1-12 for me over the Manly Seagulls. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Seagulls won this game. I really wouldn't. On to the last game now. So the last game to wrap up the round of footy sees the Newcastle Knights taking on the Melbourne Storm. Now, this game is being played at McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. Newcastle Knights, obviously disappointing. First two games, haven't really shown enough. Look, I thought they did much better against the Cowboys, a lot better in terms of what they showed in that first game. But obviously heartbreak because they lost by 1 point. As for the Storm, look, hats off to the Storm last week. Very heartbreaking, disappointing as a Warriors fans to lose by that try in the end. But the Storm, last 2 minutes, they scored 2 tries. And look, we've got to hand it off to them. It was a great effort. Obviously losing, they haven't got Cameron Munster and Nelson Sofa-Solomona as well, and they haven't got them this week as well. So there's also no Jerome Hughes as well. It's a massive out for the Storm, who is suspended, I believe. It's suspended due to, I think he was tripped over a referee, but it was ridiculous that he's suspended for this game, in my opinion. And yeah, Tyrone Wishart moved from bench to halfback. Cameron Munster's still sidelined with a groin injury, and Jonah Pizzett's still the number 6 there. And Christian Welsh sidelined with an HIA. So Tepo Marae joins the bench. For me, I feel like the Knights have got to win this game, man. They really do. There's no reason why they can't. Obviously, when you look at that lineup Melbourne have this week, really they should be able to beat this Melbourne Storm team. Well, I said that last week. Melbourne had some players missing, and they still came to beat the Warriors. So, look, I think Melbourne Storm can win this game, but I'm going to go with the Knights here. I'm actually going to go with the home side here. The Knights need to get a win, and I reckon they'll win this 1-12. Newcastle Knights 1-12 for me over the Storm. So, anytime try scorers, we'll say, I reckon Bradman Best anytime, Anaru Tuwala and Dane Gagai. As for first try scorer, we'll say on Nick Meady to score for Melbourne here. And I'm just looking at the team list. In the team list, there is no Jackson Hastings, which is a massive call. It's a massive call by Adam O'Brien to drop Jackson Hastings. Now, in my opinion, I wouldn't have dropped Jackson Hastings in the side. I would have dropped Tyson Gamble and kept Jack Coggan and Jackson Hastings as a halves. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I would have done it that way. I don't think you can drop Jackson Hastings. I think that is a strange call by the Knights there. But anyways, we'll see if it works. We'll see if it pays off the Sunday against the Storm. So, yeah, those are my tips, everyone. So just jumping through the chat here to see how everyone's doing. So Mel's got Eels 1-12. Stephen's got Warriors 13+, Storm 13+. Stephen's saying Knights 1-12, Storm 13+. Jose is saying his Storm will be too good. The Storm is planning for some beating the Warriors for 2 to go. Fair enough. Yeah, I think they should be, but I think the Knights are at home and really, I don't know. I just feel like they will get the win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Melbourne win again. I really wouldn't. So, and William Pearson saying Knights will lose. Yeah, fair enough. But that's my tips, guys. That's my tips for round 3 of the NRL. I'll be back tomorrow night with a special guest. It was supposed to be tonight, but unfortunately he had other plans, so it is rescheduled for tomorrow night. We will do the Warriors-Raiders preview, give a proper take of the Warriors game, and give our predictions for that game as well. So that'll be tomorrow night on the YouTube channel. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please like the video. Don't forget, I know some people forget, don't forget to like this live stream. Make sure you click the thumbs up button. And if you're a new viewer to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. And it all helps the channel. It all helps the algorithm, helps the channel to grow. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost anything at all. And, please subscribe. That's what I'll say about it, because just to remind the viewers to subscribe if you haven't done so already. But that's it for me, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good rest of the week. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for another live stream. And, enjoy the footy. Good luck to everyone's teams this week, except the Raiders. But have a good one. Cheers.